Amber, did you want that cardboard? Because I'm gonna go to my other house today.
That's a good question. I'll talk to you after the stream about it.
Okay. Do we want to do 3 or do we want to do the big one? Which one do you guys like?
That one.
The big one.
Really?
Okay. Really? Yeah. Okay. I mean, we could do the other one. That's fine.
No, this is fine.
Okay.
All right, we're live.
Oh, we need our ticker. We need our ticker.
Our ticker?
Our banner.
I don't have the buttons for that.
Oh, goodness, I do. I'll grab it. If you want to do the introductions, I can do that.
Yes, I have the buttons too, but Sam was already on it, I guess. You know. Hi, guys. Welcome to CosTalk Live on Sunday. I don't know why I'm giving dates. December 12th, 2021.
It is a nice date because it's 121221. So like
121221.
It's so close to being like 121212, but
which was like 9 years ago. Yeah. Okay.
This is 73, right? Episode 73.
Yes, I believe so.
I'm losing track of episodes, guys. We had too many of them.
There's our guest star, Ziki Kits back there. Ziki Cosplay. Hi guys, I'm Jinx Cosplay. I've been cosplaying since 2001. You didn't see me last week because these guys were at ECCC. If you caught them, and then I was at Disneyland for my birthday. FYI, my birthday was December 4. It's still not too late, guys. It's still not too late. So hi, I'm based in Arizona. And yeah, go ahead. Next. Amber.
Sam from ThermoCosplay. Or wait, you want to go?
Only because I thought you were still on.
Okay, I'm Sam from ThermoCosplay. That was my cat in the background. And I have been cosplaying since 2014. And today I'm doing Dobby from My Hero. And this is my first try, so I'm pretty proud.
Looks good. Looks good.
Hi, my name is Amber. I'm Amber Brite Props. I'm a professional prop maker here in Phoenix, Arizona. I almost wore Mount Lady, but didn't want to brush out the wig. And now I'm
that would have been perfect.
Themed. But like her wig is like destroyed after Emerald City and everything like that. And I was just like, I don't want to. So I didn't. But so today I'm just cosplaying a normal person. I've been cosplaying since 2013, and I like when Sam goes ahead of me because I know I've been cosplaying 1 year longer than her. So it's easy.
Oh, it's so funny.
But yeah, I think today we're talking about shopping for cosplayers and all our different favorite stores and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'm sorry I'm not in cosplay either, guys. I've been having a lot of tasks to do like right after the show, so less time.
I just really wanted to body paint again.
No, it's good. We got a couple comments already. Cool Gamer, hey, what's up? Thanks for watching us from YouTube.
Hey, Cool Gamer.
Lily says, hey, I finally made it to another live. Yes. And Ray says, morning all. Hey, guys.
Hi, Ray.
Thank you so much for joining us again. We really love it.
And then hi, Anthony from Facebook as well. It's good to see you.
Wicked awesome costume, Thermo. I know.
Thank you.
She's the overachiever of the group.
I literally woke up and I was like, I have enough time to put on a cosplay if I hustle. And then I didn't hustle. So
I was like,
I didn't even finish paint. I didn't paint my, like you're supposed to paint from the hands here and then do the little cuffs on the ears. And I was like, this is the first try. It's okay.
How dare you, Sam?
What are you using?
How dare you?
I used the Craft Pros.
Nice.
And I used Wolf FX art. So Wolf FX is like most of the color and Craft Pros is a lot of the metallic.
Yes.
Awesome. Wolf is my favorite brand of water-based paint, so I love seeing it. So
yeah. Cool. So guys, also we're just gonna be talking pretty candidly, fluidly. So if you have any questions, as always, throw them in the chat. We love to answer anything, and it doesn't even need to be about the actual topic, although we try to, don't ask us like, hey, what's your favorite food? Try and keep it at least cosplay related. Although my favorite food is spaghetti with meatballs. Anthony says, I love that Among Us shirt. I played that before. I actually got this on AliExpress, so it's hard to find. There's no Among Us merch really out there, so it's tough.
Well, that's specifically because the Among Us developers have asked for no merch to be made. They're specifically going through the licensing process. So
I am in trouble.
Shame.
But it was so cute.
I mean, but this is a great way to segue into one of the biggest places that we find things is AliExpress. For those who don't know what AliExpress is, it's the American side of the Chinese Amazon / eBay platform Taobao.
Now,
So-
yeah. So there's a
And
lot
I won't
of
touch it, but I have reasons for not
Yeah.
touching it.
there, and the thing is that people are like, oh, AliExpress this. There's tons and tons of different sellers. Like
That's the
AliExpress is
thing.
not
Yeah,
one
there's a
store.
lot of good sellers. Like my only complaint about AliExpress is I've had 2 of the costumes that I have made myself.
Yeah.
The image is stolen, and people are trying to sell it, and people are like, "Oh, you're selling on AliExpress?" No, I'm not. Please report that. And
Mhm.
AliExpress itself doesn't do anything because they're
Yeah.
individual storefronts.
So this is the thing with AliExpress. It's kind of like eBay, only it's like less regulated, where
Yeah.
you can go on and get some stuff for super, super cheap. But the big downsides is you're taking a gamble on what you might get because so many of the images are stolen.
Mhm.
And B, it's probably going to take a while to get to you. So I got like a Sailor Moon wig for $12 off of AliExpress, which I was really happy with. And I was happy with the overall wig, but the hair itself was like really, really cheap, like Barbie
Mhm.
doll hair.
Yeah.
And so if you look at my Sailor Cosmos pictures, it's like very frizzy. And that's because I tried to heat treat it and it just like frizzed right off. So
Yeah.
AliExpress is great, but it's kind of a crapshoot.
With AliExpress, as with Amazon, of course, like if you're a Prime member, you have a lot more like protection as a Prime member. But on AliExpress, I always look for reviews, and pictures on those reviews.
Yeah.
Because again, like you'll see lots of sellers use the same like marketing photo. So for example, I bought a diva what do you call it, Zentai suit for my niece. And my brother was just like, get the cheapest thing, and I'm like, ugh. So I looked and of course, like a bunch of sellers had the same photo.
Yep.
And
They used the same stock photo.
Same stock photo, and it was terrible. It was like the crotch was like a foot below where an actual crotch is, and then the arms were super long. So I had to cut I think the crotch was too high, and so I had to cut things off, and I cut the hands off and put gloves on instead. It was just like not made for a real human. So make sure you look. I've had only a few mishaps with AliExpress, and the one of the best things I did though, and here's the nice thing about AliExpress is that look at that. I need to get that little Santa Claus. But like there are some legitimate companies that sell on there, like Roll Cost. Roll Cost sells through AliExpress.
Yep, I like Roll Cost. The one cosplay I got through them was pretty decent. So
yeah, I got my KDA Evelyn from them, and I was so impressed. I was like, wow, this is a lot of detail for like $45. So it's nice to get it direct from these sellers. I know there's a lot of sellers on there that will steal art and stuff, and I hope probably a bad example of that. I try not to. I was like, I didn't see this anywhere else. But if you do see stuff that's licensed somewhere else, usually stay away from it. But also there's a lot of, I bought a gown for my brother's wedding, and I took a gamble on this. I bought a gown for my brother's wedding because my sister and I were like, oh, we've been stuck in pandemic because they got married in November. Like, I want to be a pretty princess, And so the theme was Princess Bride. So we went on and we found these really gorgeous dresses, and they were direct through these Chinese fashion companies. And, they're more like Asian fashion. And my dress was $50, and I was like, there's no reviews. But I've spent enough time on AliExpress to know, because sometimes when you see fashion pictures, you'll see like the same thick photo, and they'll just like flip-flop it, or they'll Photoshop different colors. That I didn't trust. I'm like, this one had a Chinese model. There were lots of different poses, and it's like, I went to their store, looked at all the different like original designs, ordered it for $50, and it was beautiful. It was fully lined and boned with a lace-up back for $50. So
yeah, you can get some stuff on there that's like super cheap. Like my Cindy cosplay was like $30, and that's like a pleather jacket that I can literally wear as a jacket. It's like lined and everything, and I was just like, what? The two things that I tend to do to try and suss out the legit kind of sellers on AliExpress is I Google the name of the company. So like, for instance, if I'm looking at a cosplay picture and it says, Roll Cos, I'll Google that name and see if there's a web page. Because if there's a website or at least other hits, then they tend to be a little bit more legit and not just like people scamming you. And I also reverse image search the photo. So and this is really big on like those like kind of one-off cosplays or those specialty cosplays, and you're like, wow, this is the only one I've seen. You reverse image search and you go, that's a girl named ThermoCosplay in Phoenix. I wonder if she's in China selling her things. So always like Google the name of the company and reverse image search. If you really want to go further down the rabbit hole, you can look for a Taobao agent, and that's Taobao, Taobao. I use a Taobao agent. Okay, so backing up a little bit, Taobao is the Chinese Amazon, I guess, eBay. It's like eBay, right?
But it's exclusive to like Asia, like it's not accessible here in the US.
So if you want to buy off like some of these like specialty cosplays and stuff, especially like the niche anime cosplays, like I like to do niche Fate cosplays, and they don't sell those on like American sites, but they sell them a lot on Taobao. So you can there are actually people who will buy something, like they'll share the Taobao listings, and then here, let me actually send you. It's if you look.
There's actually right here. So Amber, so they literally, Taobao's website has instructions on how to get, like there's videos telling you how to buy the stuff. It's kind of funny.
Cosplay Biner is the agent that I use, and I love them. They're really great. So to kind of finish my thought is there are people who will share the Taobao listings, and you buy it from them. They buy it off of Taobao, and then they send it to you. And there's
see, there are the stores here that tell you, like they have stores on the right that tell you where they're selling different types of costumes too.
Okay, actually, let me here, Sam. I'm sharing the link in the private chat for the one that I use and I love. And it's an involved process because you have to go through the listings, and then like they're not really well translated. It's kind of like you have to like, okay, what do I think is actually in this listing? But then you talk to the agent, and the agents, I've bought off of Cosplay Biner like 3 or 4 times now, and the agents have always been super awesome. My Fate Saber Nero Bride, the white cat suit that I have that has like all these crazy like buckles and zippers and stuff like that. I got it off of Taobao, the Cosplay Biner, for like $60 or something like that, and that's like an $800 cat suit if I had purchased it, like commissioned it specifically. So if you have a niche cosplay that you really want, look through for some of these Taobao agents. And again, it took like 4 months for the cosplay to get to me. So this is not I have a con next weekend sort of thing. But you can get some really niche cosplays for like surprisingly cheap. And mine, like, other than Jess, that's the one I had to plank in your Jeep.
Oh yeah, she was like, I gotta get up.
The cat suit, they made it out of pleather instead of like stretch pleather. So like I can't like it's too tight. I can't like.
And my Jeep is like lifted, so like I usually
I
have to pull myself up and like this. And she's like, I gotta go in straight.
I was like, I can't bend.
A couple of comments. Lillian says, hello, my favorite cosnerds. Oh my God, thank you. Hi. Hello, our favorite viewers. And Matthew says, hi, friends. Hi, guys. Yes. So to sum up AliExpress, you can get a lot of really good deals. You can save a lot of money, and that way you kind of avoid a lot of like the like not import costs, but you know what I mean, like all the third party manufacturers, this and this and this and this that you're paying extra for. But of course, you're
like mixed costumes and stuff like that. There's a markup there, which I mean, fair. They need to like pay for their business, but sometimes going to the source, you can get it cheaper.
And but you're gonna trade off with time. So even if it gives you an estimated delivery time, I always add like another week to that, because especially right now, if you live in the US and you've heard this thing about like how there's a shortage of like workers to receiving and there's lots of like shipments waiting to be received. So always give yourself plenty of time. If you've got something, I've got something in next summer, like go plan it now. Like, get your stuff now. That's what I do. I have some stuff that I've gotten that I'm not quite ready to cosplay yet, but I thought, let me just get it kind of over time. And so that's not quite a good idea for like gifting. I tend to find like some little stocking stuffers for my family, but I start in November, and even that I'm pushing it.
So let's focus on because it is close to holidays. Let's focus on something people can get now.
Yeah.
So let's focus on things where if you're wanting to shop like local in Arizona, like say you want to look at costumes in Arizona and you're really desperate, there are some costume shops. There's a new one in Mesa, and then there's always Party City. They're going to be cheaper. They're going to be kind of silly, but you can totally modify them and make them better. You can also order costumes off Amazon. Prime still is delivering before Christmas, and so you can still find some available, or you can give your cosplayer an Amazon gift card so that they can then order whatever costume it is that they're interested in.
Now the great thing is there's companies like Make Costumes, Cosplay Pros, Cosplay Company is based in the UK, but they ship to the US.
So their ship time, the times I've bought from them, their ship time was so fast. I was super impressed. So.
So they're
I think they've got a partnership with one of the shipping companies that's in the US, so they can actually make faster shipping times. So this is the Cosplay Company, and a lot of their garments are made to where you can wear them outside of cosplay too. So they're very adjustable and they're very comfortable.
So they are one of our like partner collabs, and if you do want to buy directly from the website, you can get 15% off with the code CosTalk Live. That code does not work on Amazon, so give or take, if you find something on there that they don't have on Amazon, you can always order it from their website. Shipping is pretty fast, although right now I'm not sure it can guarantee by Christmas. But if your cosplayer doesn't care, I don't care when I get Christmas gifts. There's really great stuff on there. The quality is so good that I have that Sabrina costume, and it feels like, and yes, I was a cheerleader in junior high. So yes, it does feel like a real uniform with the proper lettering and everything.
I have the Harley shorts and stuff like that from Birds of Prey, and they're just in my general rotation at this point. Like I can literally just wear them out and about.
And I have the Ann Wheeler costume. It is so pretty. It is so nice and quality. Like it feels like an actual like leotard, and the cape is lined, and it's lovely. It's so nice. So, and they also have like non-cosplay stuff too, which are great for your non-cosplay friends, but still like to dress up. In their like, what is it? Accessories. Where's their non-cosplays? Hoodies. Yeah.
Ooh, so they have hoodies now? What?
Yeah, see that Gwynage hoodie? Is that Gwynage? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Also,
those Gwen. That's just Gwen. She's not Carnage there.
Also, those rogue hoods are really cool. I think
they're amazing.
You can add them with any jacket, or use them for a casual cosplay, and they're double like they're lined and they're so warm. So really cool stuff there that you can get even if your friend is not a cosplayer, but they're still a huge fan. What other accessories?
That's a bit of an ad from us because we are partnered with them. But honestly, like the
quality of their stuff has been amazing, and they take their time. They don't just rush add things. Yeah. They really take their time, and all of their stuff is just very, very nice. Like the price, in my opinion, should be higher for how good it is.
Yeah, and they're different from other.
We've specifically bought their stuff, but they haven't paid us to say anything. Like,
oh yeah, no, they're awesome because they're a small company, and the reason why their selection is so small is because they do more research and do more.
Hang on, I have a cat reaching me. I'm gonna go pick him up.
Which is not to say anything bad about other companies, but that's what sets them apart. Is that
and things like talking about like deadlines and stuff like that. Like I was just at Emerald City and I bought a My Hero Academia cosplay for my niece. Turns out she's grown a lot in the freaking 6 months since I've seen her last, so it did not fit at all. Like at all. So there were options on Amazon Prime from both Mick Costumes and Easy Cosplay, which I went with Mick Costumes because Easy Cosplay has been a little bit like not great recently. But like there were other, I think actually Roll was on there as well. And I got it within like 5 or 6 days. So especially if you're a Prime member. We live in an age where like you can get cosplays just like within a week, and it is absolutely wonderful. Like we're so friggin' spoiled now, and I love
Yeah.
it. Love it.
Kobe, oh, he says hi. Hi, Mama.
There's
Yeah,
not stuff on the bed, so now he can stand on the bed.
And he just sits next to. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I don't have a pet guest. Where's my pet guest?
I have literally a sausage chair for the cat so that he can chill with me when I'm streaming now.
Oh no, Kiwi usually will just sit right here so I can front the camera.
His own chair.
Oh, he's
This
a
is my
big
old
baby.
man. This is Kobe.
How old is he now?
He's 14.
Oh, he's
So
a big baby.
Yep.
So cute.
Yep.
Oh, Cost Pets.
So,
Cost Pets Live.
If you guys have questions or want suggestions, please let us know. But if you have a cosplayer that likes to make their own stuff,
yeah,
there
let's
are
talk
still
about
places you
that.
can order from. If you have a Blick art materials in your area, I highly suggest them because they actually offer Warbla. So let me share what I'm saying. The Blick art materials.
Now, Michaels also has
No.
Warbla, and I think Warbla
Yeah.
is a wonderful gift for any cosplayer that is into crafting. Even if they're not so much into crafting, Warbla can be so useful in so many.
Yeah, they've got the Warbla, Flex Bond, the black art, crystal art, deco art, and their finest art. So that's pretty awesome.
Literally, you could be like, "Hey, Amber, I didn't know what to get you for Christmas. Here's different varieties of Warbla," and I would like,
yeah, or you
like
could
a
just
little
give them a
girl.
gift card to Blick because the great thing about Blick is it's all around. So there's some good options
Certain
there.
Blick stores also carry SKS high definition foam as well, which is like for those of you who work with EVA foam, it's a higher quality foam, and it's fantastic to work with and gives a beautiful finish. So
I didn't know they were carrying their dowels and foam now. I'll have to go in there too.
Yeah.
So if you have say they don't want to say Blick just doesn't have enough options, there's also my favorite place to go to. Not that I haven't been sponsored by them before, but I really love Cosplay Supplies because they link out to a bunch of different sellers and they also have their own stuff too. So it's essentially a cosplay shopping community. And it is amazing. They've got tutorials here, foams, materials. They've got recommendations, rhinestones, makeup, like wigs, anything you can think of, you could probably find here. And
now's the time in Arizona to take a chance on shipping Warbla. Like,
yeah, they are really. This is the one company that they know when temperatures, like they check where they're shipping to. And I've never had Warbla melt on me, and they will not deliver it to you unless you're accepting it in person, or unless it's in a like an area that's air conditioned, like to an actual like USPS or UPS or FedEx or somewhere that can store it.
Lillian says, I legit need to send you guys an email to get a list of all these things. I never know where to point newbie cosplayers and would love to get a list on our website. I believe that we are assembling a like cosplay like shop.
Yeah, it's going to be on the website hopefully by the end of this year. I am creating an actual additional page of like cosplay recommendations.
Yeah. Now, we also do have a discussion going on our Discord as well.
Yeah, it is on the Discord.
Yeah, so you can check that
join
out.
Our Discord.
Yeah.
So it is a Discord, but it will be on the website by the end of the year. I'm actually making some significant adjustments to the website for the new year. So
yeah.
Well, I can't type.
But yeah, like if you have a cosplayer in your life and you don't know what they want to get,
a gift card, you can get them a gift card here. This place is like everything.
Yep. Get them a gift card. Get them, like there are just some basic things that I think every cosplayer would enjoy or every cosplayer would find reason to use, like Warbla. I mean, even like seamstresses and stuff that use Warbla.
Glues and measuring tools are super helpful too.
Mm-hmm.
You can even buy, this is the great thing, you can even buy costumes from here. They're a little bit cheesier, they're the cheaper side, but they're guaranteed. They only buy costumes that they know are like will last, or sell costumes that will last.
Now, another place, if we were talking about online, you can also still buy costumes at spirithalloween.com. And, they have a lot of actual licensed costumes as well. So if you know exactly which one, your cosplayer wants, then you can always do it that way as well.
Yeah, I'll share that.
In Spirit, it has the added benefit of when you buy this stuff, you're buying licensed merchandise.
Yeah, actual
Which-
licensed merchandise.
It hasn't really come into effect for cosplayers or whatnot, but there is a realm in which you can get in trouble. And it's funny that I'm gonna like pick on Jess up there. You can get in trouble for, showing up in certain places with unlicensed or, illegal merchandise or whatnot.
Well, and if it's licensed and you're trying to get into a specific group or do a specific charity, some of them actually are even approvable. So
yeah.
So those are a couple things like, and some people, they love, like, maybe they're not like huge cosplayers, but they'll love to have a licensed costume of their favorite character, so even that could be great for people that aren't necessarily cosplayers. But someone just needs to be so-and-so, needs to be Reaper for Halloween, I don't know.
So we're going to talk a little bit more about people who want to craft. And if you're local to Arizona, even if you're not, they ship. But if you're local to Arizona, there is a local cosplay supply shop. Just a heads up, a lot of supply shops right now are running low on foam and adhesives because they're struggling with getting it manufactured because of what's going on with the supply chain. So understand that there might be more out of stock than is normal, or there might be some delays because, again, of shipping and receiving.
Yeah, I get specialty urethanes and stuff like that. And some of the urethanes have literally gone up 6 times in price, which like, when you're used to paying $50 for something and then all of a sudden it's like $300, like, oh God.
That's where
just be understanding of like small businesses like me. Like I had to immediately scrap some of my plans because I was like, yeah, no, I literally can't charge enough to make money on this now. So just be aware of the fact that there are a lot of supply chain and shortages and issues going on right now. But the nice thing about cosplay is if you can't get your hands on one material, there are always other ways of doing it. And also that's what I think is cool about cosplay.
Cosplay pros, they do sell some stuff on Amazon. They do. I don't know I don't know how much they have on there now, again, like Sam said, because there's like shipping, receiving problems. So they might have pulled some stuff, but they have sold it in the past. So you might be able to find some stuff on there.
Yeah. And if you have a cosplayer that's into more like Amber does, or mold making and casting, like I'm starting to get more into 3D printing. So I've been going to Reynolds Materials a lot because I need a lot more XTC.
Oh my God. I'm not going to do it, but literally if I were to rotate my like camera to this corner over here, it is literally just 4 shelves of Reynolds boxes.
Yeah. And there's one, if you're in Arizona, there's literally one here in Tempe. And it's always like, they're really helpful too if you're trying to learn something.
This is a great, like, I'm just going to plug Reynolds shamelessly here. If you have a cosplayer in your life that you wants to get into mold making and stuff like that, Reynolds does classes.
Or if they're doing 3D printing finishing too, because they're starting to go over that.
Yeah. Well, specifically where I'm going with the mold making and stuff like that is they do classes for mold making, beginner classes where you actually hands-on learn the basics of how to make a mold, how to cast, et cetera, et cetera. The seminars rotate locations. So I'm personally not sure when the next one in Phoenix is. But the one in Phoenix does do classes and stuff like that. And that would be a great option if you have a cosplayer in your life who wants to learn a new skill and doesn't want the pressure of having literally $200 worth of materials that they could then like just completely destroy because they don't know what they're doing.
And they have starter kits too. So if you want to get a starter kit.
Yep. Some of those starter kits like are so familiar to me because those are where I started too, like that one mold making box one at the top there. Like that was something I bought. And I actually think I still have it on my shelf.
Yeah, I started with that too.
Like 10 years ago.
Yeah, like one thing, if I want to say something that I would love to get, I'm really big into resin right now, and resin can get expensive. So like a pack of resin, like even like would be a lovely gift. I have it on my Christmas wish list. So
and some of the like resin dyes and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the pigments and the glitters, like I don't care. You can get me whatever. Like that's what I would love to get it's just even in general, because those can also be for your crafty people too.
But yeah. people are always like, how do I make a mold and stuff like that? Or how do I do this? Or how do I make your Twi'lek Leku and stuff? And I'm always like, please just go.
Oh, look,
to
they're
Reynolds.
offering Zoom seminars now too, guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
there you go.
cool.
Like, please just go to Reynolds. Like, I cannot tell you
That's
how
awesome.
how much it is. You will save yourself time and misery learning this if you learn from somebody who like can like sit and teach you. Like, this is such an expensive hobby to be in and not know what you're doing. And it's so easy
Yeah.
to like mess it up and be like, what went wrong? I don't know.
Oh man, Robert says, howdy y'all. FYI, TNT Cosplay just received a huge load of foam. There you go. Folks at
Awesome.
Reynolds are great with questions. Yeah.
Mhm.
These are amazing. Yep.
Shout out to Nikki and Laura at the Tempe Reynolds, and Garrick of the Four Horsemen of like was on what was that cosplay melee or something like that. Like
Yeah, Cosplay Melee.
Yeah, we have a friggin' amazing cosplayer who works at the Phoenix Reynolds now, and you can go and talk to him, and he is just, I love talking to him because he's so friggin' smart, and he knows his stuff, and he's so like willing to share. So
Yes. Awesome. That is so awesome.
Look, gift cards, guys. So you don't even have to try and figure out what to buy them. You just get them a gift card.
So we've kind of talked about more the like the prop building and crafting sort of thing. Like, let's go a little bit towards more like the fabricating, like the sewists and seamstresses that like fabric. Like I have on my list as well is a scissor set. I know it's so weird because good scissors are not cheap. So I have on my list, this titanium scissor set for fabric. And I mean, you can find sets anywhere. Joanne, Michael's like, a good pair of scissors are expensive, but a sewist will love you. Like, you can never have too many scissors. Now, don't go and get those.
Other scissors are on sale right now, so hey.
Yeah, like a good pair of scissors, even though expensive, you can always get them resharpened. So
or you can buy a sharpener, because I have a new set that I bought, and I have a sharpener because this is the thing. Over time, you will eventually not be able to sharpen them anymore. I had a set that I had for like 3 years, and it got to a point where I'm like, okay, these are now my foam scissors.
The hierarchy of scissors. You start at fabric, you get demoted to foam, you get demoted
and then
to
it's eventually paper.
My bottom rung is used for cutting adhesive Velcro. Like, I have one pair of shit scissors that their job is to cut adhesive Velcro because that stuff messes scissors up.
I found the best way to cut adhesive Velcro is with a hot knife because it melts through it before it can leave any residue.
That's good. A hot knife.
I would be careful to not inhale that.
Oh no, I wear masks anytime I'm.
Sam always is like,
That's actually a good point. So before we start going into fabric, real fast. Let me pull up. Actually, go ahead and keep talking about fabric. I'm going to pull up the mask that I recommend people use for cosplay, just because it works for everything. So
I'll talk about a couple other things that I love, want, or have gotten. I have a mini iron, and I'll share at the end. I have an Amazon storefront where I list actual stuff that I use, or if I can't find on Amazon, a close alternative. So I have a list of like sewing tools. I got this Dritz mini press, and it looks like I don't know what it has a handle, a little iron, and it is the best thing ever. Especially like I have a tendonitis injury, and I it's mostly gone away, but it comes back once in a while. So holding that iron, and if you're a seamstress, you have to have your iron on at all times so you can press seams. Holding that iron was painful, and I was like, oh my god, I never realized how heavy an iron was. So I would have to like do it with my left arm, and I just felt like, I'm gonna drop this and it's gonna burn me. So I found this little mini press. It was like only like $25, and it has changed my life because then I can have that on, and all I do, if I'm just doing seams, and seamstresses know, like, you're just pressing tons and tons and tons and tons of seams. Of course, if you're gonna iron a whole garment or apply interfacing, you need your iron. But this was so much easier because it was so much lighter, and it's smaller too, so you can iron like little corners or like in ruffles and other things like that. So I love that iron, and I think it's great gift for any seamstress sewist. It's crazy how important irons are. If you really love your cosplayer sewist, a really good high end like Rowenta steam iron or precision iron is great.
And like, what are the steam presses too?
Yeah.
Like, especially like a portable steam press. I have been eyeballing those. I want one of those really bad.
Yes. And a travel steamer as well is great because it's not only good for like steaming clothes, it's also good for wig styling. So
Do not waste your money on a travel sewing machine.
oh no,
Like,
unless
those,
that's
like,
what they
little ones.
specifically want.
Yeah.
But don't ever get a sewist a travel sewing machine. No, you're
Yeah.
right. But unless it's
We're
like
gonna talk about travel things that you can get. Not the sewing machine. Don't
Yeah.
do that.
don't be like, oh, I know someone that wants to start sewing. Oh, I'll get this mini $20 one. No, don't.
Yeah.
No.
They're gonna like chuck it against the wall in 5 minutes. Be like,
Even-
ah.
Child, like, don't even bother with this. Like, it's like a big, like a basic starter sewing machine, a proper sewing machine does the exact same thing that the mini one does. It's not any more difficult, but it's just way better quality.
Yeah.
So, don't do
So
that.
real quick for masks, safety is important. I always recommend safety glasses if you have a cosplayer that's going to be, they're really cheap. Safety glasses and mechanics gloves that have the neoprene coating on the palm side because it helps protect you from heat. Those are two easy gifts I recommend for cosplay crafters because we always need them.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff always flies at our eyes when we're working on things, and our poor safety glasses get damaged frequently.
Protect
But
yourself. Wear PPE, eye protection, lung protection, hand
yeah,
protection.
I recommend the MSA Safety Works respirator mask because you can replace every 3 to 6 months, or frequency if you're using it more than replace it monthly. But you can replace the filters. And the reason I recommend either the medium mold or the high mold and lead paint removal respirator mask is because it's rated for chemicals and particulates. It is meant to prevent spores and chemicals from entering your nose, which is exactly what cosplay stuff is pretty much. Like the dust that comes off is essentially the same size as a spore, and actually even smaller. And like this is used for lead paint removal, which is very dangerous. And so getting one of these masks just one time and then maybe a set of replacement filters is the best gift ever. And this is so incredibly useful, and it's much safer to use than those medical masks that people use, which actually, when it comes to cosplay, don't do anything.
Yeah.
And especially like a good, comfortable respirator. Speaking as someone who, like 90% of what I do on cosplay, I'm wearing some sort of face protection. Like a good fitting, comfortable like respirator is so important. I used to be so bad about PPE.
I mean, you can go crazy and get this big one.
Yeah, then I invested in a more comfortable respirator, and I'm so much better about it now. But just like sanding, working with resin, painting, spray painting, like.
And let me show you something. So you see that they've got the disposable ones for $13.57, and you could just get an actual reusable one for $27 or $30. Like,
yep. And then you can I get the filter set. I get a filter set of like 5 or 10 at a time to replace my filters because I use it so much. Like,
so Papa Fallout has made a couple comments. He says, get a good high-end sharpener, not a cheap one. I use Kershaw sharpeners. So very good point. You could also include that with the gift of your scissors to your sewist. Best gift idea is basic storage bins. That's true. Like, especially the, like, if you know someone that just cannot organize or maybe you live with the cosplayer. You're like, Merry Christmas! Get to organizing. He says, yes, I did just wake up, too much coffee, up all night working on Sam's power armor. Oh. It's your fault. He says, it's your fault. No, it's kidding. I'm just kidding.
So I use the Fiskars desktop universal scissor sharpener for my scissors, but I have had a Kershaw. I don't know where it went. I got to buy another sharpener, but I have had the Kershaw. I think maybe it was my family's. But these scissor sharpeners work just as well. Especially like when you have different sized scissors, they also have ones where it's like large, medium, small, and like tiny for like sewing scissors too. So maybe looking at different size, like one of the Fiskars, or I think Kershaw may even sell some of them, but you can sell scissor and knife sharpeners work just as well too. But I do agree with Fozzie that Kershaw is good. It's just with some fabric scissors, they don't open wide enough for you to actually use it.
And just an FYI, like I know our Joannes will have like sharpening days. Like they'll have a guy come in once a month to sharpen scissors.
Yeah.
That there are
some
other
stores do that.
Yeah. So you can keep that in mind too. As far as other things for sewists, the other things I can think of is like a good lamp. An Ot light is really good.
Like one with an arm so that they
Yeah,
can
with a
position it.
gooseneck arm. So good lamps with a gooseneck arm is always good. And then yeah, even like sewing feet kits, like with all the different, you know, sewing feet.
Know what, like, don't like do your research, know what sewing machine they have, because feet
Yes.
are not universal.
Yeah, they're not. There's several brands
And you
that just
can get adapters, because I have one that like was a brother that I switched over to a Singer, and I have an adapter for it. But I have to tell you that adapter is just as expensive as a new arm for my sewing machine. But it was worth it because I had so many brothers sewing feet that I had to transfer over. So
so just
I'm
make
a
sure you know
Husqvarna
that,
house here.
Yeah, I have Janome, and Janome is kind of standard. So Janome is similar to a lot of the other brands, but like Bernina's are like a whole, like the whole thing is like separate.
Dude, Bernina's weird.
Yeah, I know. Nothing against Bernina, it's great machines, but I use them in class and they're just weird. So I think that's about all I can really think of, like majorly. Yeah.
Oh, I could keep talking about stuff.
Oh no, I'm talking about like sewists, like those.
Oh yeah. So do we want to move on to cosplay makeup?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Okay. All right. So cosplay makeup. Let me open some things right here.
Robert Papa Fallout says, "Watch out for some Fisker products. I have a couple."
Amber, which one do you want to rec? Do you like Real Creations or Endura more?
So right now I'm using Endura more. It's because Endura. So I'm using EBA, European Body Art, because EBA has both Vibe, which is a really great water-based airbrush paint,
and they're like cruelty free, and they have like a lot of really good practices.
And I like Endura. I like how it stays. It is a little bit higher on the price point. There are cheaper alcohol-based options such as Pro Air, which I've used and been fine with. But
they have alcohol palettes too that are cheaper than like.
So here's the thing with body paint. I'm just gonna like caveat: if you don't know what brand your body painter uses, buy trial sizes. And like don't go in and buy like the $200 palette or the $200 like array of Endura, because your body painter might get it and be like, I don't have an airbrush. This is, you know, useless, et cetera, et cetera. So I like the small 5-packs because then you can play with different colors. And I like the trial sizes, and like Endura has those little packs. Wolf brand will have just like starter palettes and stuff like that. If you don't know what body paint that your cosplayer uses, just get the smaller trial sizes for them.
And I think like in general, like if maybe it's someone who's like starting out in body painting, the palettes are always a good way to go.
If you have a beginner cosplayer who wants to start getting into body painting in general, the two things I would recommend would either be a Wolf palette. Like,
and this is only $30. Like the Hydra color palette and it lasts.
And that will, like, that's all your colors. I have that one, and that's
what most of this makeup was today. Like all the color is Wolf.
Yeah, and all the little individual pieces, those are replaceable. So like once you buy the plastic thing, if you find that you use the white a lot, you can buy more of those and still use that same palette.
Or you can replace the colors with any of these.
Yep. So that I love the Wolf brand palette. Wolf brand is very, very gentle. It's water-based, and it's the color on it is so solid. Like I've seen people just paint over tattoos and stuff like that, and it goes on so solid. I really love it. Do not, like, if you're going to go the cosplay makeup route, I would do Wolf, or I would do the Craft Pros palette that we were talking about, Sam, the one that they sent
I'll pull that up.
Yep. I would do one of those two. I would not do the Maron cream stuff that you get out of like Joann's and Michael's. Like, don't waste your money. Like, don't.
And no. And also, the Craft Pros one is vegan. Did we mention that? It's vegan.
Oh, vegan, cruelty free. Yeah, I mean, we can show you guys everything. So here we go. So
And
they
it's
have it
such
right
a
here.
cute little palette. They
Yeah.
have the
Sensitive skin,
thing.
vegan formula, water-based, easy, cruelty-free. It's great.
Yep.
And it goes
And-
on really well. Like
Yeah.
it's one of the better water, like
And
lower
it
end
comes with
watercolor
stencils
palettes I've used.
too,
It comes with
which is
stencils.
cool.
I will say the color is not as opaque as Wolf brand stuff. It does seem to be a little less pigmented.
But they're metallics. So I got to say with this, the Craft Pros metallics are better than the Wolf Effects metallics, but the Craft Pros colors are more vibrant.
Mm.
The Wolf.
Because all the metallics here are Craft Pros and all the colors Wolf.
Yes. Yep. I think
this
you
is
said
on
that a little
Amazon.
backwards, but yeah.
And this one's on Amazon. It's it'll probably get, I think it still gets there before Christmas, and it's a great little gift for a cosplayer.
And it comes with brushes and it comes with stencils. And like if you want to just give somebody all they need to start experimenting with body paint, that or the Wolf brand one are great options. I don't know if Wolf will be able to ship. Wolf is a smaller company and they're not on Amazon.
Look, it's me.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at these. Like, look at the color.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
Yep. I also have let me look it up, Ember Brite. If you want to start, like if you have a cosplayer who has started body painting and wants to get into airbrush body paint, the things I recommend is to get a basic airbrush. You don't need to buy a $400 Badger or anything like that. Yeah, one of those has like airbrushing supplies or something. I was looking for it and then I got distracted. I think it's further down. But yeah, there is yep, there we go. Starter airbrush equipment. I like this specific air compressor for the reason of that it's easy to travel with because it's small and lightweight. I will say we've had to replace our air compressor with a bigger one because that one died after 2 years of admittedly extremely heavy use. So that's a great one to start off with. And then just like a basic single action wide spray airbrush. There's that one that we have listed. Cat on my lap. There's that one we have listed. Or if you have a Harbor Freight locally, Harbor Freight has a $10 like clippy airbrush that I still use to this day because it like sprays like this wide of an area. Like you can do a body paint so freaking fast, like the basics. So that would be where I would start with the body paint equipment. If you have somebody who I think that, yeah, that $11.99 one, literally the first one. Yep. I love this airbrush because the cups are separate, so you don't have to worry about taking apart the airbrush. The body paint never goes into the airbrush itself. It has 2 modes, off or massive spray. So it's not good for fine detailing. It's literally.
I want to try this one just because I hate I like gravity fed. I don't like siphon.
Yeah.
So this is the one that I kind of want to.
I think I have that one. I like it, but mine keep breaking. Like I had to eventually upgrade to the Badger. But
yeah,
again,
if we're gonna talk about a really cheap airbrush that we know, like you can do that one if you like gravity fed. But mine just finally died after like 5 years. So very well, little precious baby. But where's my? I'm gonna pull it up. The Pinkio. It's called a Pinkio airbrush, and it's the travel kit. Where's the travel?
So
Pinkio.
So Papa Fallout says, "Don't be tempted to buy a cosplay starter kit," which I didn't know those exist. A kit of random stuff together and sold as a set. Where do you buy those? Because I don't even know. But yeah, I would not suggest that either. He says a lot of stuff will never get used. Better to assemble your own kit and give the cosplayer that. Absolutely, I agree.
My precious baby. It died. I forgot to review it, because I had it for so long and I forgot to review it. And I was like, oh no, I should review it. This is my precious baby, and I'm very sad that it died, but it did get used a lot. I used it probably Oh, I traveled with it a lot too. But I probably used it like easily 25, 30 times and traveled, and it's been dropped. And let's just say that I need to treat it gentler, like much more gentle, so that this one doesn't. I broke an internal gear. Okay. It would have been fine if I hadn't broken internal gear when I was traveling. So I didn't pack it nice enough. So next time I'm going to bubble wrap it too.
Have travel materials and then like at home materials. Like our air compressor at home is large and heavy, and I would not travel with it because it looks like a bomb. I mean, I say that we literally just had to travel with it to Seattle because like our other air compressor like went kaput. But once we start traveling more frequently, we'll get that like cute little travel compressor again. So
yeah, I'm definitely going to be buying that again. I don't need anything right now because I've got so many of the water pellets. But when it comes to the Arizona heat next year for Phoenix, I will need to have acquired. My paint expired too. So all my paint expired, all my airbrush paint. So I was like, well, I think it was fate telling me that everything's dead.
Time to just leave it alone. But as far as like photo shoot makeup and stuff like that, gift cards to Ulta, gift cards to Sephora, though I tend to like Ulta's options a little bit better.
I like their member program better too.
Yeah. So
I actually just picked up my birthday gift from them. So they also do, I mean, both Sephora and Ulta do a birthday gift, so might as well sign up with both. But yeah, I do prefer Ulta. And they have more of a mix of like lower end and higher end stuff.
Yeah, I like the fact that like so for my body paint, one of the things I keep is just a large palette with like every color, and it's just a cheap palette. It's like, I guess cheapish. It's the NYX palette, the NYX big like every color palette or something like that. And I just use that for contouring and like touching up body paint. But that's a great one too.
What's it called? Crafto Cosplay?
Craft Cosplay.
Craft Cosplay is it?
Let's
see. I've never heard of this. Craftcosplay.com. Let's see.
Yep.
Interesting.
Warbler.
Oh, another good thing is books. I just saw Kamui's book. There's lots of cool cosplay books out there now. I just got this wig tutorial books for these guys for Christmas. Did you get it, Amber? Did you finally get it? I forwarded it to
me.
Yeah, it's a PDF. So the artist, I met her on Instagram. She's so cool. But lots of different books out there. You've got Yaya Han's book of cosplay, which is more of like a historical kind of like read. And then there's tons of tutorial books out there, either in digital form or in a physical form. And I think Princess Nikita has like a princess cosplay book. I think she does. There's lots of fun books.
Kamui Kamui has so many books
also,
at this point.
If you love fan art, Hannah Alexander does actual cosplay books. So those are a lot of fun too. I love to have like books. I don't even really care about reading, but I love to have like books. So those would make really nice gifts. Yeah, Kamui has a ton.
Yeah.
A ton of books.
Yeah. And she has like a range of like stuff on like starter books, as well as like LEDs, electronics, wigs, etc., etc. So
yeah.
I think Cow Butt Crunchies just released a sewing book. I think
it's about shoes and socks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
which is really cool because those are like, I think like projects that people have trouble with.
Yes.
A lot.
And people like always forget like how complicated shoes and stuff are.
Yeah.
Just
their
even
footwear.
Like, yeah. Like
those
even
are a lot of fun.
My Mount Lady thigh highs that I just wore. So my Mount Lady was a purchased costume from Mick Costumes, and of course I had to do like 4+ hours of work to get it to look good on me because I'm tiny, but I'm super tall. So like general sizes don't work for me. But yeah, I had to sit and deconstruct the thigh highs, and they're now like 4 pieces just to get them to look good and stay in place.
And the great thing about the books is that you're supporting other independent crafters and makers like you. Like
Yeah.
they started out just like any other cosplayer did, and
Yep.
you know, so it's a really lovely way to like support like local cosplayers as well. And Can We Cosplay and Punish Props.
Yes.
Um,
I think Evil Ted has a book as well.
he
Punish
has products in Michael's, so
Yeah, Evil, like,
so cool.
I love him so much. It makes me so happy to see his stuff like
Yes.
out and about. I'm just like, Ted is great.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's Kamui stuff. But Punish Props and Evil Ted also have like great YouTube tutorials. So if you have someone who wants to watch video tutorials, you could get them a YouTube membership, I guess, and then those, or just watch them for free. Like,
if all else fails and you guys run out of time to get your cosplayer a gift, I mean, Blick, Joanne, Michaels,
Mhm.
Amazon. I know it sounds so generic, but those are just great places to go. Or maybe you can ask them for their Amazon wish list and then just buy something directly on there and have it sent to them. So I got, and it's early because it was my birthday Christmas gift. I got a 3D printer, an Ender Creality 3D printer. So I would love, you know, like for me, like if you know someone with a 3D printer, like I think filament's always good as long as you know what type they like, right? So yeah, a lot of
I will say, I'm going to take this moment to caveat: do not message people on Etsy or small like prop makers looking for something for Christmas. Don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
do it.
unless
We're
it's
done.
ready made, like unless
that's
it's ready to
past.
go, right?
Yeah. I have some Zabrak horns that are ready to go,
Yeah.
but like anything above and beyond, like just
Yeah,
don't do
anything
it.
custom right now isn't too late unless
Just don't do it.
yeah, unless they don't care. Again, like I'm not like I don't have to have it on Christmas Day,
Yeah.
but if you want it to be under the tree, it's too late. Try
Yeah.
next year.
I
Order
have
it now for next year.
I have some of my basic, like the two most basic horns I could get to you for Christmas.
That's me. That's me.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
even think
so-
my God, my website is so out of date. Like,
Hey, I'm
it
ready to
doesn't even
model
have them on.
I'm ready to
There.
model some new stuff for you.
Yeah. That'll be my January, is looking at what offerings I have and renovating it and redoing it. There, that set, that one.
You know
Like,
what
I
I
have
just
some
thought
of
of? What is another great gift for maybe non-cosplayers, but fans of cosplayers are prints. Yeah,
Yep.
signed
Yep.
prints. I know
Or-
people that collect prints.
Or DB packs. So
Yeah, there you go. Oh, is Zeke looking up at you? He was like, oh, it's so cute.
I just want you guys to see what happened to my dog. He's passed out.
He's like, mom's not paying enough attention
Yeah.
to me. Yeah. So can I just do a little bit of a plug here?
Yeah, do it.
Where is it? So I am managed to score as an Amazon influencer. I don't know how, but they like me now. So I do a lot of like sourcing on Amazon. I started out as, you know, I'm making my own cosplay, but as I was picking up more and more projects, I started to like, you know, start purchasing and altering things here. So a lot of people do ask me where I get things, and I've tried my best to keep the items that I've gotten on Amazon as actual items that I use or really close alternatives. I did a tutorial. Well, I did a little reel of how I did my makeup for Diva. And so this is all makeup I actually used. So you can see it here. I think the only thing that wasn't was, no, all this stuff I used. So I try and keep it as, you know, as legit as possible. Let's see what else I have here, like body paints that I've used. This costume is from the cosplay company, so you can go directly here, look at my picture, and then scroll down and see look, this costume's only $55, and that's like it's a really good costume.
Yeah.
And then I also have creative lists here. So these are all items that I have purchased myself, or again, like very close alternatives. My must-have sewing tools have a lot of fun stuff in it. So there's that petite press. There's sewing feet kits. Some other cool stuff in here, some sewing books that I really like. So check that out, guys, because you know it also helps me out. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat.
For those of you who don't know, purchasing products off these lists does give her a bump back.
Yes, it does, and I have to say that.
So like if you're gonna buy stuff on Amazon anyway, like buy stuff with her, like through her list,
please,
and that'll support her as well.
But also, I love to help other. Oh, oops! I should probably just stop screen, right?
And
I love to.
I have an affiliate link too. So if you buy
Oh,
stuff off my website, like that
yeah.
body paint, like stuff like that, I use affiliate links as well.
Yeah. So, and if you guys didn't know that, those are affiliate links are all over the place. If you look at BuzzFeed articles, they do the same thing. So just come to ours and just use
yeah.
But anyway, like people always ask me all the time, and finally I was like, well, I guess I should start doing this Amazon storefront thing. So that's a great way to find things if you know somebody that's making a costume or needs help or whatever, or if you need help, that you can check those out as well. Yeah. So any last questions? Because we're now at 101. It was a lot of fun today. So many great stuff that you can still get in time for Christmas.
Or that you can use to plan ahead for next Christmas, says the girl who has not even started Christmas shopping.
Dun, dun, dun. if all else fails, a digital gift card. Yep. So yeah, let's just say real quick of maybe something that you want for Christmas, cosplay related.
Oh god.
Yeah. I mean, I
want a new kettle because I just burnt mine.
Oh, well, cosplay
That's not
related.
Cosplay related though. I don't know. It's hard because I just like buy stuff that I guess new scissors. I like scissors. So
scissors, yeah. I always like scissors. Yeah.
I want to replace my poor sad baby Pinkio.
Your what? Your what?
I want to replace my airbrush.
Oh, your new airbrush. Oh, yeah. No, that's good.
Or get more XTC 3D because
I love XTC.
I really appreciate Rob doing this, but I'm going to be using like XTC 3D for like
so much of it.
Yeah, I was on a Secret Santa list last year, and I put on their foam clay. I got 2 big tubs of foam clay, and I was like, "Yay!"
This is in Sam's future. If anyone loves Sam and wants to get her something,
if you can find a gallon,
you can get the gallon through Reynolds, but you're gonna cry at the price, honey.
I know.
So yeah, so that is and I got my 3D printer. I did consider a resin 3D printer too, but I'm gonna start with the regular 3D printer.
Start with the basic one and then move to resin because resin printers are like obey all the rules of 3D printing, but except so like start with the basic one. As someone who started with a resin printer and now move to a basic one, like do the basic one. And then move to a resin
I'm excited. I haven't. It's still in the box because I just have not had time to like sit down and put it together. But I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's it, guys. Next week, what are we chatting about next week?
We were talking about the gift of giving, supporting BIPOC cosplayers.
Okay, cool. So make sure you guys check us out because we stream every Sunday at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I think we're taking a break for the weekend after. So that's the day after Christmas. So, we hope everyone takes some good time off and relaxes. And you can find us on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Yeah. And also our Discord. I'm going to throw that in the chat again. You don't need to be a cosplayer. You just need to like cosplay to join our Discord.
You just want to talk about cosplay. That's what we do.
Yep. And then we also do have Instagram as well, which we're a little bit quiet on. But yeah, check it out.
We also have a TikTok if Amber gets off her ass and does it.
I wasn't going to mention it but hey, she did. She called herself.
Do you know, I meant to do that at friggin' Emerald City too. I was like, oh, we're gonna have multiple CTL members. Let's get some reels or some TikToks done, and then.
See, I can't. I didn't even know how you do it yourself. Like I can't even. My brain would not even have functioned. I was like, But yeah. So anyway, where can we find you guys?
I'm Amber Brite, Brite at amberbriteprops.com and Amber Brite Props on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, other things that I've probably forgotten. Probably Original Glaze, though I don't remember the last time I logged on to that, but yay, Original Glaze. And if you go onto my TikTok and you look at the mentions, I just had someone make a really gorgeous fan art of my Twi'lek that I'm still kind of geeking out
that
over.
Pink Twi'lek, yeah? Was that the one? Yeah. That's so pretty.
AmberBrite.com.
If you want to get Amber Brite a Christmas gift, give her fan art. What a great collection that
is. Are you kidding me?
Just go to ThermoCosplay.com.
Yeah. What's that, Amber?
I was just gonna say, like, I squealed and like nearly fell out of my chair because
that is
like,
so
I was
amazing.
so excited. I was like, yeah.
That's such I love anyway. I'm Jinx. I have a website, jinxcosplay.com, but my socials are at the Jinx Cosplay. So you guys, we always love to hear from you. Send us messages on any platforms. We have our Gmail, costalklive@gmail.com. And yeah, we'll see you next week. So have
Thanks
fun, guys.
for coming. Have fun
Happy
shopping.
holidays. Bye. Yeah, get on that shopping, Amber. Bye.